Well, hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of a StoneWall's Perspective podcast. I'm your host, Alexander Stone. I'm on a mission to spread the light of the gospel into every aspect of life, including the things that people don't like to talk about, such as politics and health as well. I'm here at the ReAwaken America Tour in Branson, Missouri, and this is the second time that we've been able to interview in person. I'm here with Dr. Mark Sherwood, a good friend of mine, a good friend of this podcast. How are you doing today, Dr. Sherwood?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. I always look forward to being with you and spending time with you. It's good.
Certainly. Well, it's always an honor to spend time with you and get to know you. You know, I think I talk about this every time that you're on my show, about how much of an honor it is to be your friend and to just be able to know you. You're one of the most humble men that I've ever met, and you love God. It's so amazing to watch you impact other people's lives, and you've impacted mine as well. And speaking of impacting lives, so you're a doctor,
yes,
and you impact lots of people's lives by keeping them alive through the things that you prescribe. And the thing that you prescribe that is different to other doctors is life.
We do.
You guys prescribe life, and Dr. Michelle, she's off screen, but she's nodding her head as well. That people need life, and they aren't being prescribed it by anyone, and we need that. And so what is really your game plan when it comes to talking to people about health and your patients?
Well, in our position, I mean, we're more than just doctors that sort of prescribe pills, although my wife is a medical doctor, and we do have medication. I mean, that's fine. Bottoms up on the kingdom field, by the way. But honestly, we really try to understand the human being, the whole person. And there's healing with understanding the whole person. And like Jesus listened, and he talked appropriately.
Yes.
And he was a healer. And that's what and who we are. The idea between a person who is sick and diseased, and I said it like that because I want people to know there's a hyphen between dis and ease. Disease, it means out of harmony or out of symphony or out of sync. And so when people get diseased, they can be diseased physically, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, financially. So we deal with all of that, and we get them out of those places of disease and bring back in peace and healing.
That's amazing. And one of the things that I've observed from people is the mindset that they have really affects their health. And the thing that you have, it's hope.
It is.
And you tell people to have hope, and that's what you push, because when you have hope, especially in hope in Jesus, that changes everything about everything. Like you just said, Jesus was a healer. Jesus still is a healer, and he still heals today. Talking about COVID-19, the ReAwaken America Tour started because of COVID-19 and the controversy around that. And so every time Clay introduces you, he talks about how you've treated over 11,000 people. It keeps going up. 11,000 people now with COVID. 0 of them have died. What have you done for that?
Well, I think the biggest thing we've done is take away the platform of fear in their lives. I can't tell you how many times we've talked to people who are just, they don't feel good, right? They're sick, right? COVID is a virus, and it's not really a pandemic, it's endemic, so it means we're all going to get it. And so we never allowed it to become a place of fear. We would talk to people about that, and we would tell them straight up, you're not going to die, stop. So we'd really, instead of planting seeds of fear, we'd plant seeds of life, seeds of hope, like you talked about. And that was the first step. And then we got them doing the opposite of what the government was saying to do. Our government knows nothing about health, and as evidenced by the trends of sickness that are continuing to increase in our world. And it's not okay. I mean, like I just got off the stage a moment ago, and I was talking about we're growing diseases faster than people. And that's almost like a barbaric statistic. Who in their right mind would stand for that kind of statistical loss and think that's good? That's our country. And so we just try to shift people out of the culture of the worldview and into God's platform, which is really eating real food, getting real rest, staying off of negative media, watch who you hang out with, move more, sit less. We do a lot of genetic teaching, genetic instruction, so we understand that. We understand the part of hormones, we understand supplementation. So we put all that into a person's life and it truly leads them down a pathway of true healing, which is what we're called to do.
That's exactly right. And so you actually just released something, which I love. This is my favorite thing I've ever, put on my taste buds.
Oh, yeah.
It's Kingdom Fuel, and it's your guys' version of protein powder, but it's much more than just protein powder. Could you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, look, I mean, we hear all the talk about the food shortage that is. We hear about, the economy's going to flip upside down, the food's going to be cut off. Okay, great. Whether it happens or not, if we think it's going to happen, and if it does happen, it's a problem. So we went into this development of this thing called Kingdom Fuel with the idea to solve that problem. Because people have made the false statement that it's too expensive to eat healthy. Again, that's a false statement that's perpetuated as a big old lie. You say something enough, even though it's untruthful, it becomes accepted as true, right? And so we made Kingdom Fuel with not just the least allergenic protein, which is organic pea protein, but we put in a complete vitamin and complete mineral complex, organic greens and reds, and soluble and insoluble fiber, which gives you a sense of fullness or satiety. And it's under $5 a meal, which is just unheard of. And it has a 2-year shelf life. I've encouraged people, and again, we started developing this thing in November of last year, and it was a labor of love. You have no idea how many products out here that are pushed in our country that are sourced out of China. This has American-made products in it, and I would say no to the idea of Chinese-purchased products.
That's good.
We're getting sold down the river. This thing has so much life into it, and actually a little unsolicited testimonial like Clay, for example. Clark, you mentioned him. He actually used this for a whole month, and I didn't ask him to do it, but he did it on his own. He took that, and that's all he had for a whole month. He lost 14 pounds and said he felt great. And he's still maintaining it, and so it's something people can use, and we know the obesity crisis is what it is. It's not okay. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. You got this nice skinny physique, but the bottom line is we have got to correct our disease processes. You can't correct your disease processes if the body has no fuel from which to operate, and that does everything.
Well, it certainly is amazing. And so where can people find this product in particular?
Oh, man, they can go right there. You got the link, man.
I do.
Sherwood.tv, and you use what's
/StoneWall.
StoneWall.
Promo code StoneWall. You get discounts on everything.
Yeah, and the good thing about that is save some money where you can save money. Sherwood.tv /StoneWall. But get yourself enough of these. It comes in chocolate and vanilla. And really, do yourself a favor. Kids love it. Adults love it. You love it.
I love it.
And you're drinking it right now.
That's exactly right.
It's like, it's a blessing. And I hope people understand the blessing for what it is.
Yeah, certainly. I have one more question. So you ran for governor of Oklahoma.
I did.
Do you think you'll ever run again?
I don't know. I mean, I can't say yes, I can't say no, but we will be obedient to God's direction. We were this time, and so we'll continue to do that. I mean, people say, well, you didn't win. Yeah, we did. We said yes.
Yep.
And we never lose when we say yes to God. I think that's a big deal for the patriots out there now that are considering, or maybe God's planting a seed to get involved in any way. If you're supposed to start a podcast, you need to do that. If you're supposed to run for office, you need to do that. You're supposed to get involved in the school board situations, do it. Don't hold back of what you're supposed to do for fear of how it's going to turn out. The outcome is irrelevant. The obedience is what's relevant.
That's exactly right. One more thing before you go, you just started a new show with Dr. Michelle.
Yeah.
What's this show about?
It's called Furthermore, and so we blended those two words together, furthermore, and we made it into one word. So it's really a show that talks about different areas of health. It talks about physical health, emotional health, financial health, spiritual health, governmental health. And it goes into all those areas. And so every show, it's broken up into about 3 different chapters over 28 minutes and 30 seconds. Fast-moving, various things, short clips that are easy to bite. It is a good entertaining show, but we did that to communicate a message because people's attention span today is not very much. And so we didn't want them to have like a 30 minutes of dissertation on the immune system and it's dealing with the inflammatory cascade. So we thought, what can we do that's fun, it's lively, there's a lot of cool videos, a lot of cool music on there. There's something there in every show for everybody, and they can find it at Sherwood TV.
Sherwood.tv.
Yep, find them there, and then go to YouTube and find us there. Believe it or not.
Well, Dr. Sherwood, thank you so much for being at this tour.
Man.
Thank you so much for hopping on my podcast. I always love having you on. We need to do more. We need to do monthly, weekly, whatever.
I'm
whenever
there
you're
anytime,
available.
man.
So
I'm there anytime.
God bless you, brother. Thank you so much for listening. Guys, go to Sherwood.tv/StoneWall, and you can get a discount on their products. God bless you all, and goodbye.
Hi friends, Dr. Mark Sherwood here.
And I'm Dr. Michelle Sherwood.
Not everyone can make an appointment with us, but you can receive many of the same educational benefits our patients receive through our most comprehensive course, Health Secrets Exposed.
Modern healthcare, or should we say sick care, is more focused on profit than your health. And in this course, you'll discover what sick care has been keeping from you all along.
Here's a hint. You don't need more medication.
You need the simple truths in this course to unlock optimal health. Health Secrets Exposed is usually $149. Now it's just $99 with your promo code. It's time for you to learn what Big Pharma doesn't want you to know. Get access to this course now at Sherwood.tv.